We've all been there. You do the training, you put yourself out there, you get the right clothes, you do the interviews, and then you get yourself accepted for a new job. And you start off excited, but then the imposter syndrome kicks in. What am I doing here? I can't be as qualified as these guys. What if nobody here respects me? What if nobody here likes me? Well, when this happens, it can be easy to get carried away in your thoughts and forget your own skills and experience that brought you here. Today we're going to take a walk around the office, in this case it's the Roundtable Hold, to empty our negative and anxious thoughts a little and create some space to remind ourselves that we deserve to be here. We start by noticing our breathing, not controlling it, but feeling it happening, slowing down our thoughts at the same time. We're going to acknowledge any thoughts that we have, but then we're going to move on from them. And we're going to do this by taking our walk around the office, noticing what we see and noticing what we hear. We're now going to walk around our new workplace, the Roundtable Hold. So the first thing I notice is the striking shadows. They're quite stark compared to other shadows in the game, which are a bit less contrasty. We can see in the middle here a big pool of grace just kind of floating in the centre of the table. Something I hadn't noticed before actually was all the candles lit up behind it up the top in the wooden roof, all providing their own little glimmers of light. We've got swords in the centre of the table, all their own designs, many of them twisted by the tree. So whether they're swords that are kind of grown from the tree or carved, I'm not sure. We've got statues around the outside holding what I think are ard leaves. So there's a little splash of yellow in the grey stonework there. You can see the roots growing into a bigger branch of a tree as they go down. Most of what you can hear at the moment up until this point has been the background music. You can hear some footsteps on the floor, but you can focus on the crackling of the fire here. You can see where the wax is melted on the fireplace. Look at all the individual drips as they come down. You can see how far up the chimney goes. We have different weapon racks here on the wall. Stone shelves used for storing what looks like a version of Radahn's colossal sword there. And lots of other swords that are a bit more indistinct. We have the doors to the two fingers here, but I can't open them yet. You can see the pattern work. Focus on the material and then the stone work as we come out. As we continue to walk around, hear the fire crackling again as we go past it. We now have an armoury. The music has gone almost silent, and you can hear the smithing by Hune. You can hear a small echo. You can kind of follow it until it fades. You can see the different... He's been taken over by the omen curse. You can see the bones coming from him. As we go downstairs, we can see a lot more clutter. We seem to have come into a larder here. Some rabbits, I think, hanging from the ceiling. Listen to the footsteps. They sound different when I run on the rug. compared to when I run on the stone floor. Don't know if I actually have a key here. Oh, I do. So you can see through the fog gate as it fades. See if we can hear the crackling of the fire again. Yeah. We have to get very close to the fire to hear it. See the glow of the chest, providing its own light from the inside. And you lose that light as you open it. We've got a crossbow. I don't know if anyone uses a crossbow, but we have one. If we look at this, let's try this from the other side because I can't see it from there. So we've got an image of the Erd tree there, shining down. And on this side, we have some shapes that you can barely make out in the shadows. Not entirely sure who that is. Looks slightly like Malekith to me. But people watching this will know the lore better than I do. If anyone can fill me in on who's in the portrait, that'd be really useful. Just drop it in the comments below. We come back up to the sound of the clanging. The tinkering of the blacksmith. Now, I'm probably wrong, but I think that looks like a portrait of Fear. I suppose we are in her chamber.
Greetings, great champion called by grace. I am Fear. Circumstances have compelled my stay at the Roundtable Hold. Great champion, would you allow me to hold you? But briefly, perhaps you might share with me some of your lively vigor and your stout-heartedness. Doing so will grant me the warmth of a champion, and you, I am sure, will bear a Baldakin's blessing.
Now, when we did the most relaxing places in Elden Ring, one of the commenters thought that Fear's Embrace was one of the most relaxing places you could be. So, let's try it.
Great champion.
I do think if this was happening in your first day of work, you probably need to report to HR.
Very warm. What you felt light up inside you was a Baldakin's blessing. Though it is but a fleeting thing, I am afraid. Come back to me.
You can see them both breathing in unison now.
I will take you in my arms as often as you need.
Okay, and now I'll carry around that debuff. We don't have to get as close to this fire before we can hear it. It kind of creeps in a bit earlier doors. See the shadows expanding out from the fire and the iron guard. Kind of cool, over the pattern on the rug. And then as we make our way to the other area, can overlook the chandeliers and the banners, seeming much more like a great hall, all four, but obviously in tatters. You can see the banners are all torn and ripped, more for showing off originally, but it seems aged and decayed over time. And then as we go down this way, you start to see the libraries, the clutter of books, left out scrolls, ladders indicating the tallness of the shelves, and you realise how high the ceilings actually are in here. And as you look down, you can see the twin husks. Twin maiden husks, sorry. Who are still able to interact with you despite appearing as husks, I suppose is the best way to put that. And we haven't opened this door yet either. We're still at the very beginning of the game on this run. And here we have somebody who looks at us wherever we go, but refuses to talk to us. You can watch the head turn as you walk around. Slightly creepy, but noticing the movements. All about that staying in the moment. Okay, so I'm going to return back to the main hall, I think, to finish off. So yeah, that's a little walk to hopefully help with, you know, anxieties, feeling imposter syndrome, things like that. Now that we're a bit more in the moment, it is worth reminding ourselves why we are here and what we've achieved to get here. We built our skills, we learnt to ride a spiritual horse, and we took out the hardest boss in the game. Right?